Today we're going to be taking a video about Miss Marjorie Taylor Greene. You guys, some of you or most of you may know that I used to be politically conservative. Well, first I was politically Democrat or left, then I was politically conservative, which would be the right. Now I'm on neither side because of what I have learned from Bible and Spirit of Prophecy, Ellen White's writings, and seeing what's going on in between both parties. I mean, anyone can tell that it's a one-party system, basically, let's be honest. But even then, with the end goals of what is to come with the Sunday law, that both parties are pretty much in the same belt, just two different reasons for it. One would be on the right, being religious aspects, the left, climate aspects. But we're going to be taking a look at Marjorie Taylor Greene today. So this is no personal shots, nothing against her or anything, but it's just a little bit of a weird thing if you notice her words. So she is a Protestant Christian, which is good, you know, it's good. Myself being a Protestant as well. But she says some things, or has said some things that really would make you question, not if you're Catholic or anything, and nothing against people who are Catholic. I just say the head of your church is wrong, and a lot of your teachings are definitely wrong and incorrect. But, you know, she's made a statement that the Catholic Church is of Satan. Now, what she's saying that be towards the heads of it, or is she talking about the entire church? If it was the entire church, I'd say that's wrong, because there are people who really do love God in that church, and just, you know, maybe are being a little bit misled with certain things. But I wouldn't say that fully, but I would definitely say the heads, meaning the Pope, the papacy, and the bishops in them, not good at all. But we want to get to the comments. So she is against, she is a Protestant, she's against the Catholic Church, and we'll roll a clip right here. This isn't what I've seen. I've seen the clip of her actually saying that the Catholic Church is controlled by Satan, but we'll roll this clip right quick.
What it is that Satan's controlling the church. The church is not doing its job, and it's not adhering to the teachings of Christ.
So this clip I'm thinking of, I don't think it was on Capitol Hill, but it was on the outside of a courthouse or some type of Congress house. But it was on it. She gave the statement. Either that or it was on the street. It was one of those two. It was either on the street or it was on the steps of some courthouse. I do remember something like that. And she said it. So we have that. But then she's now promoting this newer thing called Christian nationalism, which she's done some interviews over it, and, you know, from an outside perspective, loving your faith in God, you know, your faith in God and your country, I agree with that totally. It's just certain things where we get in the lines, it gets blurred up a little bit. But one of the things, and I don't have a clip because I can't find the clip anywhere, but this happened at the event called Flashpoint USA, or you can find their YouTube channel. It's called Flashpoint Church. I've done 2 videos reacting to it because it's not good at all. But in there, she said that she's not for separation of church and state. Now, if you're any real Protestant and you hear that, you'll click. The things will click in your mind, especially if you're a Seventh-day Adventist. You're Seventh-day Adventist, you're gonna be like, oh, wait a minute. You're like, huh? You're like, you're Protestant who's against the Catholic Church, but you're for separation of church, or you're for the combining of church and state. You're like, what? That doesn't make sense and doesn't line up, does it? No consistency right there. So I'm gonna play this clip of Lauren Boebert, who also is a Protestant Christian as well. Protestant, papacy Protestant. But they basically have the same views of it. Okay, they both have the same views. So roll this clip.
The church is supposed to direct the government. The government is not supposed to direct the church. That is not how our founding fathers intended it. And I'm tired of this separation of church and state junk that's not in the Constitution. It was in a stinking letter, and it means nothing like what they say it does.
So now you may be thinking, Donovan, what are you trying to get at? You know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Well, it kind of does. So she's a Protestant who's protesting against the Catholic Church. And if you know the Catholic Church, or we're more so talking about the papacy, especially today and definitely in their heyday back in the Dark Ages, you would know that they had control over the state. So the church had control over the state. And that's one of the things that the Protestant Reformation came to be about. That was one of the things that they were protesting against, is that. So you're a Protestant Christian who's saying that the church should have rule over the state. So how are you a Protestant then? It doesn't line up. There's no consistency, if you see what I'm saying right here. I'm not saying that she's Catholic or anything. I'm not saying that at all. She would tell you that she's not. She tells you that the church is ran by Satan. But what I'm just telling you is that it doesn't make sense what she's saying at all. And honestly, it's very, very, very bad, because a lot of others do as well. As you see, Lauren Boebert, she says the same thing. At the Flashpoint USA, really go watch some videos. You'll see what they said. They believe it as well, meaning that a lot of people also believe it. This thing's just getting sparked up and sparked up. And there's a quote from Sister White, from Ellen White, that was talking about something that's similar to what we're seeing now with Christian nationalism. I forgot what it's called. I had the screenshot of the text of what she's talking about, but it said that these people, or this group, I guess, I want to say these people because people get mad when you say that phrase, but these people, they said that those who keep or go to church on Saturday are to be considered in the same regard as atheists. So Christians who do it. So we'll say that's what they listen to. Christians said that they said that Christians who keep Saturday instead of Sunday are to be considered as atheists. I'm paraphrasing, of course. That's wrong. It's like, what? We're worshiping God on the biblical Sabbath day, but we're considered atheists. I don't know, but there's links between what happened back then, which this is in the 1800s, the late 1800s, and then what's happening now in the 2020s. So I'm just trying to show you guys the links and how this just doesn't line up at all. If you have common sense, you would see this. I don't know, Catholic friends and followers, they may get upset. It's whatever. But yeah, that's all I have to say. See ya.